up, folks? How y'all doing? I'm Akari. This is the legendary modded Skyrim series. The video that you're watching there, the gameplay, that was a test run. As you notice from the title of the video and uh, that's what we're going to discuss this series. There was some major catastrophe. It was basically caused by my lack of knowledge on modding Skyrim. The problem with Skyrim is there's so many great mods, but if you don't mod it correctly, you will have DTDs, crash to desktops, you will have corruption in your save files, you will have low frame rates, you will just basically have a bad time. Which is what happened to me. I had 3 videos that are posted already. I had 2 more videos already uploaded, and I just had to release them, and I had at least 2 or 3 more ready to go that I just needed to edit and upload. But I went and got the Northern Cardinal.
Back and we'll be off.
Got it back. Everything's great. Went to exit the Cardinal and crash. Went back in. Tried to load it again. Crash. 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 That's all that happened was crash. I fought and fought and fought and fought. And no matter what I did, it kept crashing. So I tried going backwards in saves, removing mods, and yeah, at the end, I ended up destroying that save. So I got to doing a lot of research. I honestly became quite obsessed with trying to find out why it happened, how to fix it, and how to go on. And so at the end, I decided to just delete the save and basically start over with modding Skyrim. And what I came up with was about 250 mods. Actually, just a hair under, I believe. There's so many patches in there, it's hard to tell. I'm actually trying to come up with a list. Obviously, there's too many lines to add to the description, so I'm actually going to put Google Doc out there and share it and put that on each of my descriptions for the upcoming videos. That way, anyone that wants to see it can. But the big change of all that was step. Skyrim something, I forget what it stands for. I'll put a link to it in the description as well. Basically, it is just instructions on how to get probably around 150 mods, I think it was, working properly. Now some of the mods I didn't care for. They were extended parts, so I skipped them. Dual Sheets Redo was in that list. I just didn't see a point in it. I don't play in third person. I play in first person. So I decided to leave that one off. And there was one, shouts have no voice, so it's just silent shouts. I was like, yeah, I actually like the shouts the way they are. But there's a whole bunch of was added. Convenient Horses is actually part of the step list. We'll call it a mod pack because that's basically what it is. The only difference is you don't get to go download it. It just gives you instructions on how to do it all. It took me 2 days. I sat here in this chair for 8 hours one day downloading mods and installing them according to step. It is a time-consuming process. And I had all that working great. I'm also using ENB boost. I looked at ENBs, but they just caused too much frame rate drop, so I decided to stick with the FXAA post processor, which I like the way it looks, so that was fine with me. So I got the ENB boost, I got the memory patch, which is included into the SKSE now, which is great, so I just didn't know that. I had to enable it. That will solve a lot of crashed desktops. If you are trying to mod Skyrim, look up the memory patch. There's even one mod for lazy people. You just download it, it automatically puts the SKSE INI file in there for you, and all that's in there is the memory stuff, so it's a piece of cake. But after all that, I was still having lots of weird issues, so in the end, basically my processor was too small. I had an it's an Asus motherboard, I forget the model number, but I'm running an AMD processor, and I was running the FX8120, which is low end. I mean, this is an older computer. It's a gaming computer I put together several years ago, on the cheap side. Now, I do have the NVIDIA GTX 970, so I got a great video card with a mediocre computer. So I got a little check-in, and I was able to upgrade my processor. I went to the maximum that I could. It's an FX 8370, I believe, and that gave me the ability to upgrade it to the maximum, and I was able to push more mods, more frames. But it is still modded Skyrim. No matter what you do, you're gonna have frame rate issues. I mean, if I got a nice i7, I might be able to get some of those frame rate issues gone. Maybe if I got one of the higher end i7s. I mean, Exotics has just got his new computer, which is a nice i7, and he still has a little bit of frame rate issues at time. It's just that's part of what happens with modded. You got so many mods working together, especially if they're scripting. It just eats up a lot of resources and it causes these little stutters every now and then. You probably see that in the gameplay that the test play now. Things have changed since this test play was done. A little bit. I was having a major problem with VSync in this particular uh, test play series. That's why there's not a lot going on. I'm kind of running around doing stuff. I'm trying to figure out why my frame rates. That's why at the beginning you saw me look at the sky. Why my frame rate jumps above 60 frames per second. In Skyrim, you don't want that. You want your frame rate 60 frames per second or less. Anything above that, you'll walk into a room and stuff will start flying off shelves. My problem was my frame rate was hitting so high when I go into buildings that pots would fly off the wall, hit me, and I'm in legendary mode, and kill me instantly. It sucked bad. I thought it was Ragdoll Force took it off. I mean, it's just been one thing after another. It's been a major learning process to get Skyrim the way I wanted. But I think that's where I've gotten. So that's what's happened. That's where I've done. Now, I mean, we'll go over a couple of the mods real fast. Like I said, don't want to go over too many of them, but some things I've added has been like Inigo, Forgotten City was already in there. Oh, you know, there's been lots and lots of them that are added. Worm's Truth, I've got the Bijan War Maidens, Wives, NPCs, all to make it look prettier. And, I mean, just tons and tons of mods. I am going to be running Percus Maximus, basically a perk overhaul, which does change the gameplay and stuff. I'm kind of curious. I mean, it looks really cool. I have mixed feelings about it, but I decided I want to do something different. And so that's on there. That one was kind of interesting to get working properly with all these other mods. So yeah, there's a lot of mods. Like I said, I'm not gonna go over them all right now. What I'll do is I will create a Google document to put descriptions so y'all can go look at them. There really is way too many to name and try and explain what they do. If ever you have a question what one of them is or why I chose it, simply leave me a comment and I'll be more than happy to try and explain it. A lot of them, like I said, about 150, 160, I think, were from the step, and I just went ahead and put them in. Some of them I was like there's like one for footsteps, and it's kind of cool. I think it causes a little bit of lag though, but hey, that's modded, so we're going to have to deal with lag. Let's see what else. As to the end part, because the legendary modded. See, I'm looking at footsteps here. I'm not sure if this will line up, but because it's changed, it's no longer going to be the legendary modded. It's still going to be legendary, still going to be modded, but I'm going to change the name of it. So basically, I'm starting all over. I will not be using the Skyrim Unbound this time, and the new name is going to be Chronicles of Mirrodin. Name for the character. There will be an Argonian, and it's going to be a battle match. So that's where we're heading. I don't know if I will get a video posted at the same time as this. I'm hoping to, but it'll be shortly after this. If not, it'll be the following week. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit give me comments. You know, maybe some of the stories you ran into trying to mod Skyrim yourself. It's kind of a nightmare. But until next time, guys, bye.